And we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live on this beautiful Corona-free day. Today is Friday, April the 8th at 12:15 in the afternoon. About to go grab some lunch. How are you doing? So, here's the thing. And by the way, yes, I'm naturally this Caucasian. I'm not unhealthy. I'm just very pale. Moving on. So, I'd like to give you just a tip and see what you think about it. You know, if you don't like it, you don't have to take it, but I'm going to give it to you. That sounds a little aggressive, but let me back up and tell you what I'm referring to. That's kind of how I feel in a sense when somebody tells me I should give them money for not doing anything. And let me take another step further back. You see, I went to a restaurant the other day, and I was getting carryout. I wasn't being waited on. I didn't have any service. It was just pretty standard, right? I leave, I get my food, I come back. Let me fix this camera a little bit. All right, cool, moving on. And right as I was leaving, the person that was giving my food at the carryout, at the front, the host, she said, "Are you gonna leave me a tip?" I said, "I'm sorry, what?" And she said, "Yeah, there's a percentage that you can add when you're taking out your food." I said, "All you did was go in the back." She says, "Yeah, but it's a service." I said, "Wait a minute. I can go in the back right now. If I can go in the back and I don't even work here, you should give me a discount. Are you gonna give me a discount?" And she said, "No." I said, "So I think we're done here." Now listen, I don't think that's being so rude. You know? I give big tips, usually extreme minimum 20%, closer to 25, maybe even 30%. I'm a big tipper, okay? But if I'm going to pick up my food, I am purposely avoiding that whole price gauge, right? Or gouge, however you want to say it, for the sole purpose of not paying more, okay? I'm coming and picking it up, and I did the whole transaction. Part of the whole bonus is not to leave a tip. Why would I do that? That makes 0 sense. Check us out. In the great state of New Jersey, I like that state. I always say it like that. If you know me long enough, or you're from Jersey, you'll know that too, because I say that when I talk to my people that are from Jersey. Moving on. So, in that state, which I will not say again, it's actually a service for them to pump your gas. Now, you can pump your own gas, but you're not allowed to there. It's not even an option. It's a rule. It's a law. They literally have it. In that state, you will, when you pump gas, you don't actually pump. You just pull up, you say how much, an attendant does it for you, and then you tip them. Or you don't tip them, but you should. That is an actual service. A lot of times they might like wash your windshield a little bit, you know, check the, you know, pressure of your tires. Nothing like pop the hood, nothing that, you know, detailed. But it's an actual service. If I have cash, which I also purposely avoid because I don't like giving money to people, hey, I'm all about being truthful, and that's the truth. I don't like to tip, but if it's a service, I go out knowing that I'm going to tip you a lot, okay? But if you walk up to me while I'm pumping gas and you ask me for money, and we're not in New Jersey, if I'm pumping my own gas, okay, I'm gonna tell you the exact thing that I told that host at the restaurant. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. I'm not giving you a tip. I'm not giving you a tip. Just the tip, it ain't happening. I'm not giving it to you. You might want it. You might crave it, but I'm not giving it to you. You see how it just took a little turn? Yeah, fun stuff, right? Yeah, I absolutely, I hate just about as much feeling forced to give money when I don't want to. Kind of like, just about as much as I do holidays that I don't think are real holidays, like Valentine's. Yeah, I'm trying not to drop any F-bombs, okay? I do have some anger things. Naturally, that's just me. When I get on my microphone and I'm doing comedy, I get to relieve some of that, so that's always fun. You know, it's just like steam from the pot. You know, I just get to let it all out. It's a lot of fun. Good stuff. But anyway, but point is yeah, I hate that. I'm not doing it. I'm not interested. And It's one of the things that makes me really hot really quick. Now, I'm already steaming naturally. My calm and collective is about an 8. Okay, but I come across as very collective and intelligent speaking. That doesn't mean I'm intelligent speaking. There's a difference. And I articulate my words and I try to speak as clearly as possible. But inside, I'm thinking to that host, you gotta be shitting me. What is wrong with you? Seriously. Like, you ever think like extremely random, violent things, but you don't act on them because you're not a criminal? You know? I think that's what really separates being a complete psychopath from just thinking shit. You know? Like, if you were to walk up a staircase, okay, and even better, if you were at the top of a staircase and someone were to be walking up, and it's the person that always talks shit about you at your work, and you've even heard them around corners and talking shit, and they change the subject like, oh, Janice, hey, where'd you come from? That girl, right? In a world without consequences, if that girl was walking up a staircase while you were at the top, and she reached into their pocket and pulled out her middle finger right when her head is level with your foot, in your imagination, you could probably thinking like, I wish I could just kick her straight back down the stairs, like, do. And that sounds awful and violent, but it's also funny in a world, well, she just bounces back up and she's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the realm of imagination of fun. When you think like, oh, I just wish I could punch that guy in the face right now. But you don't want to cause him any actual, well, maybe not like harm or damage or something like that. You just think it. It's fun saying the opposite stuff. And that's also part of the reason everybody loves action films, okay? Because they know it's not real. Crazy thing is, they also watch a lot of true crime. That shit is real, so I don't have any excuse. That's actually a lot of what I'm talking about on stage right now. So I feel like everybody has a lot more violent tendencies, but the inner psycho does not escape them, and that's the reason they just get that fix, get that justification through watching other psychos and their acts, which is really weird. I had an analogy. Please don't steal it. So this is going to be dated anyway, so feel free to steal it. You get famous from it, I'll bring it back up and you'll look dumb. So here it is. The analogy is this. What do you think would be creepier? If I told you there was a contract killer, and I'm saying this on stage, so moving on. If there was a contract killer driving around town doing hits on people all over the city tonight, or if there was someone else in the car with him, the passenger that paid that contract killer to come along just to watch. Guess what? We're the passenger, man. Don't you get it? Yeah. You see? We don't want to commit a crime, get involved, and we got jobs and stuff, right? But we do want to watch. Yeah, we want to come on flat ride. We want to see some crazy stuff, you know? When we get home, we want to see the craziest shit, you know? There's even like a YouTube channel called like Army Fails, where it's just people like getting completely jacked up, doing backflips and landing on their neck. I mean, just like the craziest shit. They got a whole channel just runs on loop. So anyway, but yeah, that's a big segue back from where I started. But point is this: I purposely know what I'm doing when I'm tipping and when I'm not tipping. I don't like to be asked to tip. I don't like to be asked to give you a gift on a holiday that I tell you in advance I don't believe in, Valentine's Day. If I'm going to get you something, you're going to love it. It's going to be something special, and I'm not going to do it on a holiday that tells me this is when I have to. Plain and simple. Pretty simple. And then secondly, for that matter, you know, I told you, a little quick story. I told you I don't carry cash on me. I don't carry cash on me because every time I leave the grocery, almost every time I leave the grocery store, even on one of my last videos, I had literally had somebody asking me for money. Okay? I purposely don't carry cash because I don't want to help you out. That sounds very harsh and cruel, and it's hilarious. And that's part of the humor, is because I'm doubling down on my stance, but I also believe it. That's the best part about it. Here's the thing. If this was an actual charity organization, I could give. I would give. I might. And I've actually thought about doing that recently to a few of them. Not getting into that topic, but that's a whole other discussion. But if you come up to me in a gas station asking for $5, not going to be too happy, okay? I had somebody ask me for money the other day, and I told him, I said, no, I don't carry money because I don't want to give money to you people. Now, relax. I know that term is used for black. The guy was a fucking gringo, okay? He was white, so I was referring to all the people that ask for money on the side of the street. Not the ones that I actually, believe it or not, actually give money to, like a stop sign. But if you approach me that's an aggressive move. All right, asking for money. I like to control my distances. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dude. I don't want you getting too close to me, some random guy. Now you're asking for money. Maybe what, you might pull out a gun? You see what I'm saying? I'm like 6 steps ahead. But anyway. So this guy the other day, I was at a gas station. He walks up to me like, hey man, can I have $5? Just made him money, just like give you money for what? For nothing, right? So I pointed at him, I said, no sir, I will not give you $5 because I don't like to carry cash to give money to you people. And he was like, you people? I was like, relax bro, all right, fucking white, relax, okay? And I'm telling you what, I feel like I'm default aggressive. So you tell everybody up front how you really feel. There's no question. And he was very polite. He said, okay, sir, I'll leave you alone. Have a good day. He took about 5 steps away, and then he turned around and he doubled back and he said, let me ask you a question. I know you said you don't have any cash. Do you do the Cash App? In that exact moment, I thought to myself in my imagination, I wish I could drive to the top of an overpass, kick him out, and keep driving. And hopefully, by the time I get to the bottom, I can turn around and watch me before he hits the ground. It's pretty crazy, but it's imaginative. And it's funny. You know, if this was a cartoon, they would just bounce up and everything else. I'm not trying to cause the guy any harm, you know, but I'll think the shit out of it. I'll think some crazy shit. You ask me for money and then double back and ask for money through the Cash App. Bro, you know what? Just out of humor, I almost wish that I did it because it's brilliant. It's freaking brilliant. The guy's homeless, but he has a cell phone with a charger and a bank account with the Cash App. You've got to be shitting me. It was one of the worst, best days ever. And I did have a story to tell, you know, so it kind of worked out in a weird way, and I might use it in comedy at some point. But man, don't ask me to give you money, okay? If I give you money, it's because you deserve it, and I will pay you very, very well. This is the last thing I'll say. The biggest tip I ever gave was I gave a $100 tip to a meal which I didn't even eat because the server was so good. I went to one of those all-you-can-eat steakhouses, the Texas de Brazil kind of a thing, and the service was, the guy was awesome, okay, but the food was awful. It made no sense, and I'm paying already like $65, $75 or whatever for like my whole meal and drink and everything else. Everything was like undercooked or overcooked, and the guy that was going to bring my drink, that wasn't even my waiter, he didn't ever bring my drink or anything like that. I was there for like 30 minutes. I'm trying different foods. I still don't have a drink. I don't even have a water in front of me. I got nothing, right? The waiter actually asked me for a drink. I said no. The first guy, he told me he would get one, and he's like, okay, all right, so it must be on the way or something like that. Worst experience at a restaurant ever with the best server. And I told him, I said, sir, listen, this was the worst experience ever. He said, you know what? I'm going to clean your whole bill. This is on the house. I'm really sorry. His level of professionalism was so high. I gave that guy a $100 bill just for purpose. I gave a guy $100 at a restaurant for food that I didn't even eat. And I didn't eat. I literally didn't eat anything. Like, I cut into it. It was just like, barely cooked. I cut into something else, and it was just like sawing through like wood. There's some everything. It was just awful. But it was also one of the best experiences. And you know what he did? Not being weird, just being honest. He gave me a hug after. He says, man, this means so much to me. I'm going to be able to get groceries tonight. That's a pretty big statement. You know what I mean? So now all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, this guy does have a conscience. You know what? I kind of do. Okay? But I also got a compass of right and wrong. And if you if you go on this side, you will get the full wrath. If you go on this side, you get the full grace. Nothing but love. You know what I mean? I'm all about that. I'm gonna give you 100% of everything. If I'm angry, hypothetically, I'm gonna give you the world's wrath. Okay? But if I love you and I'm happy and everything, but that's the thing, it takes me a lot to get to that level, and I'm constantly aware of always trying to be respectful and articulating things. But should you go above and beyond the measure, okay, to blatantly disrespect me, it's like professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? It's no holds bar. I'm going to come off the top rope, drop the people's elbow on you, and I'm going to disrespect you and everyone you've ever known all at once. My goal at that point is to make fun of you until you have an eating disorder. And I don't care what you look like, guy, girl. It's not an exact goal, but I'm going for the gold. You know what I mean? So hopefully you hopefully you got to know me a little bit more. I hope you like this video, and I really do like doing them. I feel like doing these solo. It's like a muscle. And shout out to Bill Burr, the great Bill Burr. He's also done quite a few shows at New Jersey. All right, that's enough of that. But yeah, he really inspired me in a lot of different ways when it came to doing this show, this podcast, YouTube podcast show. If you listen to it on audio, it's a podcast. YouTube, it's a YouTube video, so whatever. But yeah, it's interesting because even Joe Rogan had made a comment one time about how Bill Burr, this great comedian, if you haven't heard of him, please check him out. He's great. It's interesting the way he does it because he just rants. That's exactly what I do. Now, usually because of time, okay, I try to keep it around like 5, 6, 8 minutes, usually in like the 5s, and less than 10, you know, and I'm up to like 18 now, almost. Well, not really. 17 minutes and 12. Now it's 15 seconds. All right, it's too much. But yeah, so I think it's Joe Rogan said one time, it's interesting the way Bill Burr does it because it's basically like a muscle that you're working. And I think it actually, and I'm finding out now indirectly, because I've been doing a lot of crowd work lately, in this great comedy club in Texas called TK's. Shout out to TK's. And I even hosted an open mic, what was it? 2 nights ago. Yeah, on Wednesday. It was great. It really does help, not just material, but being able to think out loud clearly in your thoughts. And I think the more that you do that, the better you become. Not just at like ranting and improvising with your speech and your thoughts and stuff like that, but you formulate your ideas quicker and faster. You start to become more fluid and better at it. So that's the biggest takeaway that I really get from this. You know, it's interesting because I have so many more listeners than I have viewers. YouTube, some days it'll say 0 or 1 or 2 or whatever. But listeners, got them all over, multiple countries. I got to know what my stats are. And I should be doing shout outs to all the different countries that listen to me, but it's quite extensive. I use a podcast platform called Buzz. Anyway, I use a podcast platform and it has all these stats, so I can see where I'm reaching out to. So anyway, with that being mentioned, I hope everybody has a beautiful day. Hopefully you got to learn a little bit about me, made you laugh a little bit. And with that being mentioned, I'm Benja Welldone. I'm at In-N-Out right now, but to go get some food. Check me out, keep listening. And if you don't already follow me, I'll follow you back on whatever social media platform you got. So unless it's like some other random non-platform-esque kind of platform, you know, like in Russia they have a platform called ICQ. They also got VKontakte. I know these things. I'm on the up when it comes to different platforms and stuff. I only know that because I have friends from different countries and different areas and stuff. So anyway, with that being mentioned, everyone have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm Benja Welldone. Hope it made you laugh, and I hope to see you in a comedy theater near you. I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out. Peace.